Who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life? Welcome to the Local Pundit. I am Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update Show, the Breakfast Club, for September 4th. How is everyone doing? And we just had a bombshell just drop that I didn't really notice when I saw the list come out, the squad list that come out earlier today, but it was submitted a couple days ago. We're going to talk about that, and we'll talk about the missing pieces in there. And there's still one spot open. Still one spot open. What does that mean? You know, Parkinson likes to keep one spot open. A couple of surprises, I got to tell you. But the big surprise, as you can see on the thumbnail, O'Connell leaves Wrexham by mutual consent. By mutual consent. I didn't see that one coming, but I should have, because the list was going out there too. Anyways, thank you for coming in. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the Local Pundit. Become a member if you want. Help support the channel. Helps us do all the good stuff for everybody, and have shows every single day. Breaking news, as we're going to do this today. But yes, this is a day that we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. And after turning over the squad 13 players in, having Ward go down with an elbow injury, and then having to have surgery on it, it's going to be I was talking to Ken last night. It's bonkers. Like, oh my God, there's something to happen every single day. So anyways, thank you for coming in. We're going to talk about this, the breaking news of O'Connell leaving by mutual consent after 3 seasons with us. So smash that like button, and let's get in here. Chickie's in the house. What's up, Ruth? What's up, Chickie? Ted's in the house. And save Rathbone, says Danny D. And Stoner Combat Bet is here. And some guy named Aaron is in the house too. He's always 117th. Hope that's Rathbone's spot. Pat, I don't know. I have a sneaky suspicion that someone else might be coming in. I don't know who it is. I want to get your thoughts on it too. And what do you think of this? What do you think of the final squad list? Kind of, the surprises are there. They're little nuggets in there too. But I think someone else might be coming in. This is a Parkinson thing. And if it is Rathbone, okay, great. We bring him back in January. That's like a new signing. So, all right, but let's get to the news of the day. I'm going to start top of mind. I won't start with the O'Connell thing, but I'll just go to the squad list real quick. And oddly enough, I was at the gym and I didn't quite look at it close enough, and I didn't see this happening. PCH Scuba, where did you find it? It's right here on the website. We're going to walk through it right there. 100%, that's Rathbones. Antonio, I can't say that 100%. How can you? I don't think it is. But we shall see. I could be wrong, and you could be right, and you could be right, and I could be wrong. Josh, where did you find the final list? I can't find it anywhere. It is on the website. So here it is. In line with the EFL regulations, Wrexham AFC have submitted the following list of players, 21 and older, update to 25, 26 squad list that will last through January. It's going to explain it right here. EFL regulations provide that all EFL championship clubs can name 25 players age 21 and older in the squad. That includes both goalkeepers and outfielders. We've opted to initially name 24 players at this stage, providing us with an option to add a further name as needed. One spot open. Here we go. Ryan Barnett, Nathan Broadhead, Lewis Brunt, Callum Burton, Liberato Cacace, Max Cleworth, Connor Cody, George Dobson, Callum Doyle, Ryan Hardy, Dominic Hyam, Matty James, Issa Kabore, Elliot Lee, who I have a sneaky suspicion that might be danger zone. Ryan Longman, James McLean, Kiefer Moore, who scored this today for Wales, Arthur Okonkwo, Lewis O'Brien, Dan Scarr, Ben Schaaf, Sam Smith, George Thomason, we have not seen yet, and Josh Windass. That is the 24. That is the 24 that have come through. Now, okay, O'Connell was left off, obviously, this morning. I missed it. But who is anyone else you think in danger there of possibly a mutual consent coming out? I think the only one on that list for me might be Elliot Lee. And yes, I do love that Scarr made it too. I think Scarr is a really good center half at this level. The one that stands out to me that is still on the list could be Elliot Lee. Not that I don't want him there. I don't, by the way, there's only 3 left. There's only 3 players left. And if you can name the 3, let me know. It's only 3 players left that have, a part of the quote unquote the old guard. Name the 3 in the chat if you can. But that list, it's a strong squad. That's a strong 6 to midnight squad right there. Okay. I like everything about it. We got backup everywhere. I think the -1 spot, which is why I think we might be getting striker. I know everyone's talking about the Patrick Bamford thing, and I poo-pooed the crap out of it. Literally, I double wiped it. I didn't like it. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I could see Elliott Lee leaving, and I could see us going to get a backup striker for Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore is a beast. He's a stud, and he puts himself about. I think that I think that we might be in for something. I don't know if it's Pat Bamford. I'm not sure, but I could see something like that happening. Lee on, Rathbone off. Insanity. Rathbone's injured, Danny. Rathbone's injured. Can you not replace Lee once he is registered? Correct. Well, can't you just mutual consent? I don't know the exact rules. Mutual consent. Let him go. So there you go. Let me know about that. And Cannon, J-Rod, Ward, and Rathbone. Those are the four that were left off right there. Yes. Those are the four that were left off right there. And then, obviously, Ward is injured. Cannon, not surprised, okay? I'm really not surprised. His injury was a bad one. You can't risk it. Still probably, maybe a month, 6 weeks away. That brings you into October, then November. They probably took the risk. And we have coverage in the middle of the park, which I think is really good. Is he good enough for this level? I don't know. We don't know if Cannon's good enough at this level. J-Rod, I think he's going to retire. Okay. Ward, obviously the injury. And Rathbone, we don't really have an update on how bad Rathbone's injury was. So not surprised there. The O'Connell one being left off now does surprise me. And now with the mutual consent. Is there going to be another one? Can we do more mutual consent break? I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. Lee should have minutes at some point. He's not a bad player whatsoever. Good stuff for 20 to 30 minutes and create chances. I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. I just don't know if he's at this level and if he wants to be a starter. You know what I mean? He does have a contract, obviously. But these are the three that are left. Yes, Aaron's got it right. Barney, Lee, and Max. Those are the three. There were three remaining. Maybe replace Lee in January with Rathbone. Possible, says Ted. Clickbait sites talking about Wrexham getting Erickson again. Yeah, clickbait. No one loves a clickbait. Look at breaking news on mine. Come on the local pundit. Anyways, you gotta have to go for it. The amount of I would say YouTubers, content creators that aren't Wrexham content creators that are doing stuff on Wrexham top of mind is insane. It's gone way. I mean, it's gone from like here all the way up to here. It's just like everywhere. I can't get away from it. And you know what? They it's a popular team, and it does get clicks on it too. Now let's get to the Eoghan O'Connell. Oh, sorry, I can't get that. Let's get to the Eoghan the O'Connell news as well. What the statement was. By the way, thank you, Marie from SoCal. Just want to give her a shout out there. And now my internet is not interneting. There it is. All right, I'm going to bring this up. Here's the news on O'Connell. And again, I looked at the list. I saw the list, and it didn't register to me until I saw this, him leaving. It did not register on my head at all until I'm like, oh, shoot. Marie from SoCal sent it to me. Contract mutual consent. Here we go. Wrexham AFC can confirm the Irish defender O'Connell has left the club by mutual consent. Back-to-back promotion winner O'Connell, 30, signed from Charlton Athletic January 23 and scored the winning goal on his debut to Accrington. Altrincham? I don't know, whatever, 4 days later. He featured regularly in the title run, playing 15 times and scoring twice in total. Played 33 games in all competitions and secured promotion to League One and a further 41 games last season. This is Aaron's boy. Aaron is crying in his car right now, literally crying in his car at work. By the way, O'Connell's good. I do like him. I just think we have better options now. Manager Phil Parkinson said, "I'd like to thank Eoghan for his contributions over the last 2.5 years, playing a part in all three of our promotions. We thought he had a move prior to the transfer window closing. Interesting, but it didn't materialize in time, and O'Connell has decided to part ways so he can look for his next challenge in his career. We wish him all the well. All the Wrexham family would like to wish O'Connell for the best of luck for his future endeavors and thank him for his significant contributions over the last 3 seasons." And that's very fair. That's very fair. He did do his part. He did do bits. He covered that back line all last season, kept Scar out of that spot, and always showed up as best he could. Good leader on the pitch, and wore the badge. Obviously on his chest. Wore his heart on his sleeve. It's good. So he's honestly, he's probably going to end up at Burton Albion or something. I mean, don't be surprised if we get in the next couple of days, 48 hours, Burton Albion grabs him. Little Wrexham there. So good for him. And like I said, it did not register to me when the list came out today that he was A, not part of that list, and B, obviously the mutual consent came out. So good for him. Welsh Techie's in the house and says, happy as Wales managed to win every tricky game in Kazakhstan to be top of the table. Yep, they did. And Kiefer did sign. Tess says, just to clarify, unless someone corrects me, if Lee gets released by consent, we still can't replace him because he was added to the 25. Once you're added, you're locked in. Is that true? Can somebody refer to that and let me know how that goes down? Is that true? I want to know myself. I mean, follow all the rules, I guess. Tess is there. Brian Burton, what a day. EOC moving to other pastures. I've been waiting for this day for over a year. Are you not an O'Connell fan? That's a bit harsh, Brian Burton. That is a bit harsh. This is going to sound hateful as heck, but I'm not too upset. He's gone. He's made so many mistakes last season, cost so many goals. So single-handedly, I think that is. Upstand on your feet. There you go. Single-handedly. Almost got to move to Wickham the final day. Well, that'd be a good move for him. I think that's League One's probably where he needs to be. If it's not Wickham, he's probably going to go, like I said, he'll be Burton Albion in a Reading or something like that. Who the hell knows? But he will get a move somewhere. He's 30 years old. He's still got games in him for sure. And he can manage a back line, especially in League One. He's proved it all last season. I personally believe I'm a bigger supporter of Scar, and I'm glad Scar stayed. And I think Scar is an awesome, is a good leader at the back. And I think that's what we needed at the end of the season last season. So no shade on anybody from me, but O'Connell almost getting a move and then falling through and then mutual consent. So look, the amount of business that we've done, the amount of activity that went on behind the scenes, I'm sure that just miss here, just miss there is impressive. You got to be impressed with the moves that the club has done, and you got to feel good about the players going on. Having our players, we moved up so fast. We said this before. We moved up so fast in these leagues that you look at it, it's like we're going to shed a lot. Having Mo Fall leave, Paul Mullen leave. I think there's going to be a J-Rod announcement, and maybe he'll retire, but he's definitely not part of our plans right now if he's injured, and he's had a good career. But we're going to leave a lot. I hate to put it this way, in the League One. We're going to leave a lot of our players in League One. But I'd like to know about that. I'm not picking on Elliot Lee, but he's one that I think that can possibly still go. Lexi's in the house. Not sad about him. Sad about Rathbone. Saw him in the video. The new players thought he was training and back on track. I mean, he might have a more serious injury than we know. And I think the health of him is more important. We don't exactly know what's wrong with him. Rathbone in training, but not fully fledged training. He's out of his boot, says Antonio. Ted said, I would say yes. Once in locked, Patty has been. Okay, I missed that. Okay, I'm not sure. I feel like Ryan and Rob should host an annual party for Wrexham alumni players, said Dave Lerner. They do. It's in Vegas every year. They do. It's in Vegas. Dave Lerner, are you new to the chat? A player can't really release outside the window. They can re-sign, but would breach contract unless they have a medical problem. So you're saying that Elliot Lee cannot be mutual consent released. He'd have to be on that list and then go, okay, so maybe he is stuck in. I don't know the rules. EOC was done wrong, kind of messed up what they did. Let me just roll on that. Parkinson revealed that he was going to go. He almost had to move away. So maybe he's doing him a favor. They left him off so he can go and find another place, place to play. Maybe that's part of it. Mark Catch, morning, just finished morning run, workout. Good luck, EOC. He's part of the history. Love the look of this team. I love the look of the team. This team for me is awesome. I'm a little gutted about Danny Ward, though. I think Danny Ward, for me, in the sticks, the leadership back there would have been great. Ayo is going to come in and do a job, but that's the one that just shoot, but we shall see. Time will tell. Time will tell how it all will work out. But the team is great. The starting lineup for me personally is awesome. It's Ayo in goal. Ayo is in goal. Kakacha on the left. You have Doyle on that left side. Middle of the park is Cody, right behind Chaim on his right. On that right side, Issa Kapore there. Middle of the park, you have. Well, let me bring this up here as I just do this from top of mind. You have Matty James is going to be on the bench. Sorry about that. I had it up yesterday. Where the hell is it? Ben Sheaf is in there. Josh Windass when he's back fit. Haim, I mentioned him. And Broadhead, and then Kiefer Moore, Windass. I mean, we have options now, which is good. We have at least 2-3 players coming in off the bench. Going to be fantastic. So I'm very, very excited about this side. Shocked by Rathbone, but it's a long season where we will need him, Brian. We don't know how he's not fit. He's not fit. And Parkinson, I think he's taking that risk of just, hey, he wants to keep a spot open. And if he's not ready, he's not going to push him back. Not going to push him back. Elliot Lee got lucky by Ward's and Rathbone's injuries. And Tess says, I said in Discord, but Parky could be 90% sure he's choosing Rathbone, but just waiting in case we have bad injuries elsewhere. It's possible. Nikki D says, yo. And Ruth's in the house. Rathbone's dad is a physio, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll keep an eye on Rathbone as well as the team physio, sure. And David Lerner says, Vegas is the current team promotion party. That's different. I meant for former players in England where it's more accessible. Okay, fair enough. I was making a joke, but there you go. How about welcome to the show. With surgery, I'm guessing it could be spring before Ward's back between the 6. Don't expect Ward back anytime soon. If they release EOC, now he's a free agent and can get picked up by team championship. I think he's going to go League One somewhere, in my opinion. I think he'll be in League One somewhere for sure. So just keep an eye out. Again, I'm telling you, he'll wind up at Burton Albion or something like that. That's what I think is going to happen. Liz Jones says EOC did well for us. Part of the back-to-back-to-back. Just time for him to go now. League can still contribute. The free space can be Rathbone or a goalkeeper if needed. Way to go more for the Wales win today. Yep. I don't know about a Rathbone there. Won't the new defense be a real plus for Arthur? Yes, they have to learn how to gel himself too. What up, pundit? To Sean Deasy and Park. You better do right by Rathbone. That's all I'm saying. Golly. Hi mate. Hope you did well. Wrexham have a good deadline day. They did. PC for PBF for life. I think they had a fantastic deadline day, in my opinion. I think we missed out on one player that I would like to have in. I would like JJ. Elliot Lee, and Chicky loves Elliot Lee. Stephen Fletcher for the open spot. And the championship does not allow for sentiment. It doesn't have application. It doesn't. FYI, to help with the Wrexham withdrawal this weekend, there's a women's game Saturday, 8 a.m. Central Time. Okay, yes, everyone can watch that too. But look, hearts will be broken. The list is out. The surprise for me is O'Connell. That's the big one for me. Rathbone, not so surprised with the injury. Not knowing specifically what that injury is. Not surprised. So if he comes back by January, that's great news. If he doesn't, okay. But Parkinson keeps a spot open. He keeps a spot open, and you gotta, he sticks by his guns. Parkinson sticks by his guns, and you gotta go. Okay, I agree with the sentiment line. You just cannot get sentiment at this point. You cannot. Everyone fans in different ways. I understand that we kick every goddamn ball. I understand that too, but each player will move on their own accord. We got to try. We get close to them because we have the documentary and all those things. But we want to be successful in the championship. We need championship level players. And O'Connell or the team or both, mutual consent, did not feel like he was up to that standard. Just like Stash, a few other guys, Mendy, things like that. And I said, we're moving up the ranks so fast. There's a place for them in League One or League Two to go play. So that's good. That's good. Hi, says Karen. Owners on track with their business plan. Welcome to Wrexham Season 1. Yes, they are. Elliot Lee is registered because Parky loves seeing Lee's handsome. Okay. And any other big players cut loose around the championship? Haven't really seen any. I haven't looked. I barely knew about ours today. Does anyone know what happened to the Jordan James deal? Did Wrexham get outbid? No one has any specifics on that. I think Leicester City was the, he went as a loan, by the way, Harley. He wasn't a loan. Maybe we wouldn't sign him and then when to loan him. I would have loved to sign him. That's the guy I thought that got away. But no updates on that. If we do, we'll maybe he wanted to go there. Jordan James looked good playing for Wales today. Shame we didn't get him. Yeah. PC says he's great. The mysterious Thomason must be close since he made the roster. Yeah, he's not far off. He's not far off, I'm sure. So, and Parkinson keeps talking about how good he likes Thomason. He's gonna be a player. He's a captain of the Bolton squad. He's gonna be a player. So just keep an eye on that. Cannot wait to see him. Other than the Ward injury, the Windass one for me is painful, but he'll come back too, stronger than ever as well. What did you miss? Well, that's why you gotta hit your alerts on Free Pugs. Well, the squad list is in. O'Connell's mutual consent left at the top of the show, and Rathbone's not registered, and neither is Andy Cannon and Ward. So, and J-Rod. Those are the guys that weren't registered. So the shocker there is O'Connell not being on the list, and then by mutual consent leaving. So there you go. Drew does whatever. He does whatever. But anyways, anything else breaks, we'll do it here on the Local Pundit because that's what we do here. Live every day, news and update show. Later on, Tactical Fortitude is on. Tactical Fortitude at 3:30 p.m. PST. Ken's doing that with Aaron and Victor. And they're kind of doing like a Wrexham versus Wrexham thing. Obviously no game, there's no tactics to go on. So they're going to do like a Wrexham versus Wrexham thing, how the new players are going to fit into the squad. That's kind of exciting to do. So that'll be a fun one. But if anything else breaks between now and then or later on this afternoon, we will be here live at Local Pundit. Please smash that like button, subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner, and become a member. Become a member of the show. Like I said, it does help out the channel as we grow this fantastic community. But lots happening in the world of Wrexham, and I hate the international break personally, especially when I don't have EAFC to play. I hate it personally. So this, I hope the next 10 days go real fast, and I hope there's a lot of news. We will cover it. So anyways, please smash that like button. You're very welcome, Mark. And thank you, Leap and Sarah. Leap and Sarah, just want to make sure, have you recovered with Ken yet? You guys okay? Have you okay? Yes, there is memberships down below. You can see it if you're on your computer. Jeremy Williams, hello to you too. Go back if you missed it. Go back and watch the show. But yes, there is a show later on. Tactical Fortitude. Check that out. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.